Okay. Now, what's up, everybody? I'm Bucky Badger W, and today I'm going to be giving my highlight reaction from the Nebraska and Illinois Week 0 football game that we just had last Saturday. It was a very entertaining game to come back from from a lot of time without football and come back and have it was looking like it was going to be an Illinois blowout, but it was a close game between two teams that they're not like it's not Alabama Clemson, but it was it's two Power Five teams, so that's something. But yeah, I should say so. These highlights, trying not to get like copyright taken down or anything like that. But I give all the credit for these videos to, or for the videos that I'm using to the Big Ten Conference, to I guess the NCAA, to Illinois University, to the University of Nebraska, um, and to the Victor's Valiant YouTube channel, because he's the one that made this video that I thought this was about the right length to do a reaction to for about 11 minutes. But so anyway, I'm basically just going to be watching these highlights and be giving my reaction on the game as they're happening. So I think it's going to be an interesting stream. It should probably only take about like 20 minutes, so it's not going to be too long here. It won't take too much of your time. But so let's just get into it here. Oh no, I'm muted. Oh no, I'm not muted. Okay. Okay, that's good. Right? Yeah, that's good. Okay. So yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, with Nebraska and Illinois, Week 0. So obviously we're starting out. Well, we're gonna start off with the kickoff. Or Nebraska, pardon me, started with the ball, and okay, I don't have the audio turned on, so I don't know what the commentators are saying. But yeah, we got Adrian Martinez did not have a good, especially a good first half in the slightest. He looked like a deer in headlights, which is definitely not what you want from your, what is he now? Is he a senior? Adrian Martinez is, here on first down we saw an out route. That was a good route there that was Torrey, the transfer from Montana. But Martinez, he is, Illinois dominated the lines of scrimmage. They didn't get the sack there, but they got the pressure, forcing the punt on 3rd and 4. That was a big storyline of the game. Illinois absolutely dominated the lines of scrimmage. Yeah, Martinez is a senior. Not a good showing at all for a senior. In your first game, as I guess now he's a redshirt senior. But yeah, so we had Brandon Peters, the starter for Illinois. As you know, if you watch the game, he got injured very early on. First and 10. Here, Illinois, I mean, they were trying to kind of run the Bielema playbook as with Bielema now at head coach. There's a good pass for a first down to Luke Ford, who is good. But yeah, on 3rd and 15, here's the play. Is it? No, I don't think it is. There's a good scramble, and basically not much there. Yeah, so they were basically trying to run the Bielema playbook with a lot of, here it is. Where you got absolutely sandwiched between two guys. Or no, was that not the play? I feel like that wasn't. No, I feel like that wasn't the play. Yeah, that wasn't. But yes, they were trying to run the ball a lot, kind of, just line up, try and win the battle in the trenches, and line it up and run it down Nebraska's throats. That didn't really work because Nebraska's front seven is pretty good. Their offensive line is terrible, so both defensive lines really dominated. But oh yeah, this was the first score of the game. No clue there what Cam Taylor Britt was thinking. First of all, why are you going back in your own end zone after you receive the punt? Why in the world are you going back into your own end zone? Because you know that if you get tackled, it's a safety. I mean, like, I get it if you don't want to get stopped right there, but I mean, at the 1 yard line, that's obviously worse than giving up 2 points on safety. Like there, yeah, he catches it. He's out of the end zone. He slips, but right there you got to get back up and you got to get right like, or yeah, I guess he got stopped in the end zone. But I mean, why are you throwing the ball? A lot of questionable plays on that, but there was one of the biggest runs of the game by Mike Epstein, who was big. Illinois has a lot of very good running backs. I expected them to start Chase Brown, but Epstein really got the majority of the carries. But yeah, this was what I was thinking Illinois' offensive line was going to do because with Bielema, they looked like they were going to be maulers this season. That wasn't really the case early in this game, but that was a very good one. Yeah, there's the sack that knocked Peters out of the game. That was not a fun play to watch because it looked like his ribs like collapsed on. But then they brought in Artur Sikowski, who I think was like the Rutgers starter a couple years ago. He gets sacked there. But Sikowski was, as we'll see later on, he was pretty good in this game. He wasn't bad. They missed a field goal. And so, yeah, Nebraska getting the ball back. So far, kind of an odd game, a 2-0 start. Of course it would be for college football, but that was a very good play design, I thought, for Martinez to fake and then throw it back. Sometimes after the fake, you forget about the running back, throw it back to Marquise Stepp, the transfer from USC, and then here, some hard running. Was that Stepp? I think it was Stepp. They got the touchdown. Yeah, it was Stepp. But yeah, he's a hard runner. I like Stepp. I think he's a good player. They missed the extra point, which would be a storyline in this game. But then, yeah, Adrian Martinez, they're a dot down the field. I missed this part of the game until about 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Basically, the first 10 minutes of the second quarter I missed. But they make the field goal. That was a dot. That was probably, I guess, Martinez's second best play of the game other than the long touchdown run. But here, once again, good kind of domination up front by Illinois at the line of scrimmage. We're already like halfway through these highlights. Sikowski there, not an accurate throw in the slightest, but I heard they got bailed out here, and I think that this is going to be a bad call because they're getting called for roughing the passer. I hate roughing the passer because I get like it's a defenseless quarterback, but what do you want the defender to do, right? Like I don't. I just don't like roughing the passer. But you have to hand it to Illinois that they were able to dominate the line of scrimmage at times in this, especially on this drive. There, Epstein gets in for the touchdown. We got a 9-9 ball game here. Sikowski at quarterback. A dot there. Sikowski was pretty good. He was definitely better than I expected. Or a fumble. I forget who recovered this. Was it? I think it was Nebraska. Because I also missed this part of the game, but I think that Nebraska recovered it. Right? Yeah, they did. Okay, so 3rd and 2 here. Martinez flushed, sacked, fumble, scoop, and score. And that was, I guess, the point in the game where I was like, oh my God, Nebraska's not going to win this game because Adrian Martinez, he's not that guy. He's not going to lead them to the promised land and win this game. I mean, his pocket presence all day was just terrible. Like, it felt like he was, it felt like he didn't know what to expect from Illinois' defense. And, like, you have to get the ball out fast. Like, Illinois is getting to the quarterback quickly. And he just, I don't know, he just didn't really process with him. And he was trying to play hero ball most of the game. At some points in the second half, that worked. But for the most part, that wasn't a good idea. And that, in that particular situation, it ended up in a touchdown for Illinois on a scoop and score. Isaiah Williams, a former quarterback. Nice catch there. Okay, 16-9 here. A good hole there for, I think that's Brown to run through. I thought Brown should have been the starter. I like Chase Brown. I think he's a good player. 3rd and 6 here. This was a critical play. And Sikowski here steps up in the pocket. Nobody there, but it felt like they probably should have had him behind the line of scrimmage, but a nice play by Sikowski. There's a jet sweep, the classic Bielema play. Isaiah Williams there, he stepped out, but that was a nice play by him, being elusive on the outside. It definitely did feel like last year, like he wasn't super well suited to play quarterback, but he was, he's a very good receiver. It looks like he's going to be, or not a super accurate throw by Sikowski on 3rd and goal, but Luke Ford going up and getting it. I think Illinois has one of the, arguably one of like the top 15, top 10 maybe tight end rooms in the country with Ford and Daniel Barker. I think are two very, very good players. There they get Martinez on the floor again. They're just, I mean, especially the first half of this game, they were just all over Martinez all game. Their Sikowski made a ridiculous, I mean, that was the best throw so far of the season. Not to say much because it's week 0, but that was a, I mean, look at this. Are they gonna, did he leave in the review? Yeah, he did. Like, look at this throw. And then the catch too, like getting pushed out, that probably should have been pass interference. Williams are on the jet sweep, easy. Illinois is up 30-9 at this point. No, it's a rout. It's looking like. And then Illinois here, they did the one thing that they couldn't do. They gave up the really big play with Martinez and his legs. No, the same stuff that we've been seeing since he was a freshman coming into use. And Martinez helping out his team there, getting the deficit down back to a 2-score game. How much time is there left in this? Oh, we're almost done here. But Martinez then, I mean, they kind of went into a hurry-up mode. Kind of. I mean, they were also, like, running the ball a lot more. Like, you should have been doing this earlier in the game. But I think Illinois' defense kind of started to crack. You know, Illinois' defense was definitely the best part of their team throughout this game. There's a good completion. I mean, yeah, like on this drive, they were taking their sweet time. It's like you can't afford to do that. I mean, it felt like also Nebraska kept putting themselves like behind the markers, and Illinois kept bailing them out. Like, yeah, the 4th-and-goal play here, this was one of the worst plays I've seen. Like one of the worst defensive plays I've seen. There are 2 guys wide open there. What are you doing? How do you let that, like, they could have picked their choice there of either Hickman or Martin. Both of them were naked open in the end zone. I mean, yeah, but yeah, so then Illinois here, I believe they went 3 and out. They may have gotten a 1st down. Punt the ball back to Nebraska. And here with about 20 seconds left in this highlight, see Nebraska on 4th and 10, unable to get it done. And really just my overall reaction from this game, I noticed probably just would have been better sent in like a tweet or something. Here, so I'll just switch away. But it definitely would have been better in like a tweet or something. But I think my overall reaction from this game is that Illinois, I mean, they were able to dominate the lines of scrimmage. Nebraska looked like the less prepared team, and Illinois looked like the tougher team. It was really a matchup of who was the better coach, and Bielema definitely proved that he was that. So I think Illinois, they could definitely be a force to contend with this year. I think I predicted them to go 1-11 preseason. I switched my pick before this game. I switched my pick to Illinois because I thought that they would dominate the lines of scrimmage, which they definitely did to some extent. And so, yeah, I think Illinois is going to be rather good this year. Will Nebraska win a game this year? That is the question. I think they have Fordham next week. Yeah, they have Fordham next week. No, they don't? I guess they don't. I thought that they did. But, okay. Anyway, yeah, they got Buffalo in 2 weeks. I mean, they got a winnable game. They play Southeastern Louisiana later in the season. But, yeah, so, anyway, that's it for me. I'm Bucky Badger W saying peace out. And it was an odd stream, but it was a successful stream, I think.